TI reckoning. Okay, it seems like it will work. Alright, so that's fine. Okay. What the hell? Is this Windows 8? No. Are you on a Mac?
Yes, I am.
Oh shit, no, no. What the fuck?
What's going on?
Oh god.
Whack-ass
Fuck. Oh shit. Alright. Okay. We're gonna be okay. Who the hell messaged me? Okay. Alright. He's the real champion. Like alright. Oh my god, Wirecast. I hope it doesn't actually interrupt anything. That would be bad. Alright, so while the game's loading or whatever, is it a fast load or is it a slow load? Like, do you want me to...
It's pretty slow.
Okay, let me... Jeez. Oh my god. I, like, just skipped, like, a minute and a half and people are still on the loading screen. Okay.
So weird. Twitch?
Twitch? Oh my god, I didn't hit share screen?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, fuck. What? Okay. Oh. Does it work? Can you see? Okay, alright, we're good? Alright, good. Oh, please, wake me up, coffee, fuck. I just slept like 19 hours, too. People... 1 second. Alright, that should be good. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. When did you start playing her? Or...
About 1.5 months ago.
Okay.
Before they actually buffed her.
Okay. Oh my god, Wirecast. It's a little distracting, but it's not the end of the world. Nice. Okay, that's really good. And poker and recall. I would recall and I'd get oh, you're not playing her with the cookie mastery. I would wait for 2 potions though. Get 2 potions. Oh, you just get a ward? I would just get 2 potions. Because Ahri's recalls, okay, so this is something, I mean, I guess I actually haven't talked about this in other videos. Depending on who, because usually like invades don't occur. But basically, when your champion doesn't have expensive recalls, do you know what I mean by that? Like, if you only need to get a chalice, it's only 880. You know, if you need to get a tier, it's only 700. You know, and then you have to factor in a little bit for potions and wards or whatever. When your champion doesn't have expensive recalls, okay, it's better to just like make sure that you can get there, but then you can go over it a little bit rather than just getting the ward.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like, so if you go for 4 potion here, it's better. Okay? Because the ward, like, the ward, you're recalling before the ward can even be useful. But with the extra potions, you can attack the mana, you can attack HP better, you can trade better, like, you can force them out of lane earlier. Like, even though you'll stay in the lane for roughly the same amount of duration, okay, you get to play it differently because of the potions. It has nothing to do, like, you're not actually trying to sustain in the lane with the potions, no. But you're just trying to trade with the potions. Yeah. So you're winning, like, the lane through different methods, and now you have charm level 1, so she should know that and just try to, yeah, like, she's playing this really bad. Ah. Oh my god, all hail Wildcast. Why do I have the YouTube bar? Hold on 1 second. Why can't I get that gone? Okay, we're good. And then, okay, so this is something that I mentioned in the other Ahri video, the one that we just brought up before I talked about this, is you're about to hit, like, right here, let me go into paint. Oh god, I've never, hold on. That's what I thought. Okay. Alright. We're good. Oh, this is gonna be so awkward because, like, it screen caps the chat as well on the left hand side. That's okay though. Okay. So alright. So in this particular moment, okay, this is something I brought up in the other video. You're about to ping 2, and it's not only going to apply to 2. This is going to apply to level 6. It's going to apply to level 4. You know, 5 on some champions, 7 on other. Like, it's going to apply to every single situation. When your level up grants you an ability in lane, or an advantage, I should say. In this case, it's an ability that grants you an advantage. When it grants you an advantage, you always want to be closing the gap, especially if you're something I call a level 2er or like a level 3er. Like, that may sound weird, but like some champions, they gain these innate advantages in lane at level 2 and level 3, and their goal is just to get to them, like, before the opponent. So, like, right here, you know that you're going to hit level 2, but you're so far away from her. Do you know what I mean? And you didn't zone her out of level 2, even though you came to lane with the advantage, like, in every single way. And, like, it's a Katarina that's level, you know what I mean? She's level 1 with her little dagger throw thing. She can't do anything to you. You have charm, so if she comes up to you to try to proc it, you know what I mean, consume it, you can just charm her. And then she eats minion damage, she eats auto attack damages, she eats like 3 auto attacks if you start her step right, and it benefits you. But then here you hit level 2, and this minion could have easily been dead, and if you're standing like right here, there's such like area for, you know what I mean, charm and stuff in the orb that, like, she can't get behind these minions. And then if she wants to,
actually.
I know, you should have zoned her out of level 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously with level 2 she could shunpo it or something, but if you played it better, it wouldn't be the case. Okay, so, oh my god, Wirecast. Okay. Now again, she's an auto attack centric champion.
Oh, okay.
Okay. She's an auto attack centric champion, and you're not pressuring her enough with auto attacks. It's like you're letting her get away. What the hell?
Yeah.
The Wirecast is blocking some stuff, but let me just see that again. Yeah, you like charm.
It's
okay.
totally bad.
Okay. Now, Grog is coming for a gank here is a little bit awkward, but it's not the worst. Oh, okay, she should die. Nice. She dies, right? Yep. Of course, nice. Alright, really good, really good. Now push the wave as fast as possible. You're not pushing... Okay, now you are. Alright, that's good. Just Foxfire it. No, just Foxfire. No! You're wasting time. Like, you just wasted, like, 4 seconds. And now you're going to waste even more time. And right now, Katarina's about to hit, like, the tier 2 tower. And now she's going to come in through, what, Wraith Brush? And now... Does she like to go back to the lane, or should she go after Gragas? Sona's chasing Gragas. Okay, so this is like an example of like what I was talking about when like you told me about the Zed game, right? Where you're like topping bot fed, and it's like now on paper it looks like you're doing really good, right? You're up a kill, you're up in CS, and like you're gonna recall and you're gonna get your items. But logically, you actually just gave away your advantage. Like that seems like really weird. Like how can you give away an advantage by getting more gold? But the truth of the matter is that like so let's say that we use like a scale system, okay? And you tip the scale in your favor 80-20, okay? By actually waiting as long as you did and then pushing the wave the ways that you did with like your abilities and like how you autoed it and like how you went about using it. Like maybe you use your Q on 3 minions, but there was a way to do it so that it would hit 4 or it would hit 5. Do you know what I mean? And that would enable you to recall 2 seconds sooner. So you had a scale that was in your favor, 80-20. And now because you waited so long, it's now only like 60-40. But it's not only because of how long you waited, it's because of the efficiency, like, or how efficient you were with that advantage. And it wasn't very efficient. So right now, Katarina's going to get back to this lane, okay? She's probably going to get all 6 of these minions, okay? Because she should be at like the tier 2 tower unless she went after Gragas, in which case she would have walked around to red and then she would have walked right back around to Wraiths and then she would be coming into vision in probably like 2 seconds or like 3 seconds or something. If she doesn't, she's going to be passing the mid turret probably in about 3 seconds or so. No matter what, it's going to be roughly in the same amount of time, depending on if she uses Shunpo or not. And it's important for you to know her walking timers so that you can judge your recalls more efficiently at every single level. And then also know like how fast she can come back to lane. Does she have tier 2 boots? Does she have tier 1 boots? Does she have no boots? And she's just relying on Shunpo to close gaps when leaping onto minions and stuff. But anyways, so she's going to come back. She's going to get these 6 minions. By the time you recall, she's almost killed the 6 minions, okay? And then the next wave that's coming, you won't be back for it on time. So you just let her get another 6 minions. And if it's a siege minion, you let her get 7 minions. Okay? So you let her get 13 CS that you just simply don't get. Like, yes, you get the 6 right here, but then you miss the next 6 or 7. Okay? So then the gap...
Should I have backed the wave before that?
As soon as you killed her, you should have hyper-shoved the wave as fast as you could. Like, you went back, you orbed the wave, but then you also got a level up, and you didn't instantaneously press Foxfire. And it would have shot and killed all 3. And then literally where you were standing inside the lane, you don't move back, you don't move to the left, you don't move to the right, because there's 0 jungle pressure ability. There's no way that the jungler can come into the lane and make you do anything. Lane phase is still up, there's no way the AD carry or the support can randomly appear out of anywhere and poke you and deny a recall, you know what I mean? Nothing like that can happen. So you should just instantly recall. And if you do that, you'll arrive back to the lane, maybe like 5 seconds after her, and you know what I mean? Then your advantage remains in place. Whereas if you do it like this, she gets to close the gap on your CS by like 8 or 9. And then you do 8 or 9 times X. X equals the gold worth of the minions. And then you get the amount of gold that she took away from your gold advantage over her.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is inefficient lane control and it's inefficient recall timing. And thus it takes away from your advantage. So even though on paper, okay, if you like show a platinum friend, a gold friend, or a silver friend, like what you're doing in lane, they're like, yeah, you're crushing, you know, Katarina, they're like, you're doing really good, right? But in reality, you're actually not doing good. Like everything you're doing right now is wrong. Okay, and I'm not saying that to like criticize you, I'm telling you so that you know, like, just because it looks like you're doing okay, it doesn't mean it's okay.
Recalling and lane management is one of my biggest problems, so yeah. I know that.
Okay. Alright, so I hope that all makes sense, and I hope that, like,
Yes, it
changes... Okay. Yeah, there she is. Okay. No! What are you doing standing in the wave? No, look. Okay. Just because Gragas pings you, it doesn't mean it's okay. First off, she has Shunpo. Second off, she has her trinket up. Okay? you guys can't do anything. You can't actually kill her. You don't have the damage to 100 to 0 her, right? And then with Shunpo, like, hold on, I have to bring paint off screen again, because it shows the chat. Alright, hold on. Okay, so, even if, for some reason, okay, you can get a charm and a Q off on her, okay? There's absolutely no reason at all she cannot get a ward somewhere behind here and instantaneously Shunpo to it. And then on top of that, Gragas is going to be visible thanks to these minions, okay? The second he hits, like, here. Do you know? Like, there's no way. And then with his, even if he flashes, okay? So you add in the range for flash, and then you add in the range for E, and, like, it's like, it doesn't, you know, she still has 2 X's that she can easily, well, technically 3, she can easily reach. You know, like, obviously this one's a little bit dangerous. This one is a little bit dangerous, you know, if he E's to this, like, and she doesn't do the ward correctly, or maybe she's, like, standing here, you know, and her ward, like, yeah, maybe there's a chance for them to have a collision here, but even if they do, it doesn't make anything. It's like flipping a fucking coin. And then you kill her, and it's like, okay, congratulations, you got, like, what, 250 gold? Maybe less if you got an assist? That's almost equivalent to the wave that's in front of you. You know, and then you have to recall again, and it's like you're only up a wave. Does that all make sense? Okay. Do you have any questions on any of this? Okay.
No, it's fine.
Alright. Are we good? Go?
Yep.
Oh my god. Hold on. Thought I turned off Cacao Talk. Did I? I have no idea. I guess I did. Okay. Sorry about that. I think I did. Ah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Cacao's off. Okay. We're good. Okay. Okay, so cat. Like, now what's your gold? Like, I can't see it because... Okay. Only 1,300. Okay. You didn't get any potions. Oh! No, you need an HP potion. It counts as effective HP. You know what that is, right? I think I've...
Yeah.
Okay. You always need an AP potion. And then also, you could have gotten also a green ward, and if you could have gotten 2 wards, you could have just turned in your trinket to red trinket to deny vision, and then you technically gain money off your trinket, because if you kill her ward, you get gold, and then it's like you're getting an extra CS every X minutes.
Okay.
And then, like, here, she's dead, right? So you should just shove the wave, like, just Foxfire this, or now she's back. But, like, if had you arrived when you did, okay? So, like, right now, Katarina's at, like, her tier 3 tower, or something, right? Or she's about to be passing it. Alright, you get into the wave. Now, that's what I mean about an inefficient Q. Is like...
I was doing that because that was the only chance to get the cannon creep.
Was it? I can't see the minions hitting it. Ah, fucking Wirecast.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't noticing the Wirecast. Yeah. Alright, I apologize. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. But, like, right here, you're... Okay, so, in this particular instance, right, where you know that she's coming back to the lane, this doesn't have to do with the cannon creep or whatever. Hold on, someone just told me. Control Alt screen. Let's see if that actually works. Oh my god, it does. I'm in love. Okay. Someone just, like, fucking saved us, man. Like, alright, so, Alright, so as soon as you killed that creep, okay, you should have instantly started moving over to the left so that you can queue this entire wave at once.
Okay.
Alright? And then if you do that, okay, in relation to the time, fucking YouTube, okay, you can know where you have to place your ward inside left side brush, and it opens up a really great chance to do that. And then when you come back into the lane, okay, you can walk like this, and then the lane is coming up. Okay, so it's in a line. You can queue it all at once because you have initiative over Katarina, okay? So you can queue it all at once, and you can shove it in with maybe Foxfire or something. She can't reciprocate damage, okay? Because she just doesn't have the ability to. Like, her items and whatever else. So then you can also walk over to the right, and then you can get a ward over there too.
Okay.
So really methodical. These are just standard. It doesn't matter if it's Katarina, it could be Mordekaiser, it could be Syndra, it could be fucking Orianna. It doesn't matter. These standardized thought patterns are always going to be the same, based on minion control and ward. And it doesn't mean that there won't be exceptions. Do you know what I mean? Like, to each instance or something. Obviously, there can be a lot of exceptions, and sometimes there just might not be a need to do it. Like, say, the jungler, you just saw him show up in bottom, 10 seconds ago. Well, it doesn't make sense to place a ward on the left side river, because then you're losing efficiency on the timing of it. Okay. Now, what do you notice that's a little bit weird? About now, this goes back again to the recall timings and also the ways that you manipulated the lane.
I have no idea what you might want to know.
Or okay. What are your items?
She has an item advantage.
She hasn't. Yeah, exactly. And she roamed and died. You know what I mean? Like, she died against you, and then she roamed and died, and then she was also forced back, like early. And yet she's still ahead of you in terms of combat stats.
Yeah.
So this is what I was going on about, like the poor, recall timings. Now, if this is actually something I can go off, for other games that you'll play or whatever. If forever there is, an instance where, say you're playing top lane, okay, and you're on a Rise or something. I'm just making this up. It's like fictional, okay, and the enemy gets a kill on you, and he gets 20 CS over you, okay? So you go back to lane, and you're down a kill and down 20 CS, and you guys both just matched a recall or something, right? So he has way more combat stats over you, whether it's in terms of sustain, warding, control, so that he's able to play a little bit differently than you can, and all those other things. If for some reason he forces you back and you have to recall, okay, but it's after you accumulated 800, 900, even 1,000 gold, and you get back to the lane and he's still staying in the lane, you have what's basically considered a temporary spike over him, where even though, yes, he has more total gold than you, like, you know how, like, on Riot's, like, replay tab or their live,
Yeah, sure.
Right. It shows how much they're holding and their total gold. You have matched his in-lane gold, even though you haven't matched his total gold, unless you have the ability to beat him. So Katarina's in that instance right now, where even though she doesn't have as much gold as you, in terms of, like, global, right, she's matched you or done better than you for this clash in the mid lane that you guys currently have. Now, when you recall, again, you get an advantage over her, but if you mess up your recalls and you make them too inefficient too often, even if you have more global gold, depending on who some of the champions are, they could have a lead over you in lane. It's like Kayle. Like, Kayle can fall, 0-3 to you, okay? But if she somehow keeps up in CS, her quote-unquote legendary item, okay, Nashor's or something, like her first item, it's a lot cheaper than most other people's first items, right? Whether it's like a Zhonya's or a Death Cap or like something like that, right? So even though you have more global gold over Kayle, okay, she also needs less to achieve it. So if you don't manipulate the lanes properly or something, there will become an instant where, yes, you're ahead of her, but you're not actually ahead of her. Does that make... Does that... Okay? Do you get that? Okay. Yeah. Alright, great.
My CSing is so bad.
Yeah, that's something that you do definitely have to work on.
Well, with Ahri.
Oh, that was really fucking nice. That was really nice. Okay, now, what's the first thing that you should do when she dies? No, don't go in ward because you're gonna leave the lane soon.
Yeah, shove and recall.
Shove and recall. And you even popped a blue pot, so you just actually fell negative 35 in gold. She just wasted a CS. So even though you're at 48 CS, you're not. You're at like 46. Because it's negative. It's money that will never be... You know what I mean? You made zero use of it, and it doesn't have a purpose. Okay. And you're still not recalling. Why? Oh, mother of Christ. How does she get hit by that? Like, okay.
Yeah.
If you kill her again, something's wrong. But this is an instance again. So this is why I said that Zed game that you were telling me about on Kakao Talk earlier is like, yeah, you're 2-0-1, right?
That was totally different.
What do you mean?
I played laning a bit better and had actually good recalls, and Lux was out of the game. It was just the rest of my team kind of not wanting to push with me.
Okay. I guess I would have to see it then.
Yeah, I can't describe it properly.
It's okay. And you're still not recalling. Like, this is I don't know if there's actually like a psychological term for this or something.
Yeah, she was roaming, so I thought I would hard push mid because no one was defending.
No, okay. So just because she's roaming, now she gets 2 kills, okay? And I already know, like, your bot lane or something must be thinking, no Mia call, right? Like, I'm waiting for it to pop up in chat. But anyways, if she's roaming...
that wasn't Skype, so they knew it.
Oh, okay, alright. So, if she's roaming like this, okay? And you just mentioned that, you're in Skype with your bot lane or something, so you're able to call it or articulate it to them. It's not your goal to do anything. Because laning phase is still very much alive. Just because, you have an ability to end mid lane. What's the game timer right now? I can't see because...
13 minutes? No.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. This is not normal for mid tower to be down. Do you know what I mean? It's not normal for bot towers down too, right? Oh god. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. I just accidentally skipped.
No worries.
Okay. Oh god. One sec. YouTube in Korea is so stupid. Honestly, no, it's the biggest joke in the world, like... 미치겠다. What part is this? Okay, I guess you recalled. But yeah, bottom tower was gone, right? I believe it was gone. Okay, so when bottom tower is gone, your bot lane shouldn't still be in bot lane. Especially not if it ends so early, like premature, right? Like, they should just come mid. But by delaying your recall, like, I think you just got back to lane or something, you only have a needlessly large red potion and a blue potion, and I can't see your gold. I'll see it in a second. Your gold's like 400, right, so you already need to recall again for DFG. Like, so, again, this is just going back to the recall timings, but also the rotational misplay by your bot lane. Just because she's missing, you're not a hard... You don't threaten pushing as hard as some champions can. Like, Twisted Fate can hit the card with his gold, his W, not his gold card, Jesus. He can hit the tower with his cards. You know, other champions, they can insta-clear 6 minions at once. Ahri can too, when they're lined up or something and she has the proper AP ratios. But for the most part, like, you're putting yourself at... yeah, right. You're making yourself vulnerable to do that on Ahri. And even though, yeah, you have Spirit Rush to get away and everything, it doesn't really... It seems very forced, and you don't want to force shit. You know what I mean?
Did you actually see the misplay there?
Yeah. But mid tower went down, and then you ended up dying and whatever. So
Okay.
that would just be like what I'm talking about, like about you're trying to force stuff. Why is Tristana going AP? What?
Oh yeah, it's Yasuo support, they were trolling.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. You go over to get blue, that's fine. I don't know why you waited so long. Okay. Gragas ult. That was good. That was really, really good. Okay. And now, because Lee Sin has the wave so shoved in at top, right? And that's Malphite, right? Yeah. Malphite's gonna get back there. He's gonna clear it, whatever, but he's not gonna do the absolute greatest job. At, you know, clear speeds or whatever, depending on... Well, I guess if he has AP in his build, he would, but... For the most part, Lee Sin now has two options. He can either recall, or he can come down through left side river. Okay? So you should have warded maybe Baron Brush, or something. And then that enables you and Gragas to keep pushing mid, and also enables Gragas to stay in the left side jungle and create Fog of War pressure on Katarina. And then by doing that, you also shut down Cho'Gath's left side jungle, because he would be counter jungled, and then he's forced to go into the right side jungle, and if you know that he's forced to go into the right side jungle, you can play accordingly.
Okay.
Does that make... Okay? Any, like, questions so far, or...
Not really.
Okay. Oh! Now, okay,
Yeah.
so even if you get the kill, I don't care, because you're trying to force stuff. Like, this isn't one of those things Faker does moments. Like, it has nothing to do with being flashy. It doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? Like, if you get this kill, you get the kill. Now, first off, you don't have Ignite. You don't have Flash. Okay? So to make a tower dive like this, with the levels being the way that they are, and also the game timer, Drake's up, mid tower's under pressure. Do you know what I mean? Like, bottom shoving, top is stalemated. There's no reason. So when you do something like this, it just looks like... it just looks... I don't want to make you, like, feel bad. It just looks bad. Like, if I, you know, like, if, like, Katarina's 0-4 or something, right? She wants something to, like, bring up her emotions and make her feel better. And when Ahri, who, you know, if she's having the Dunning-Kruger effect, she just instantly thinks that she's better than you in every fucking way, and it's somehow her team's fault that she lost. If for some reason, okay, you give her that kill there, she's gonna get this, like, self-satisfaction where she's like, wow, this person's so bad that he just did that, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, you'll know in hindsight that it's a bad choice, and you know that you're just being greedy or whatever, but it's micro mistakes like that that can equate and allow to a team coming back.
Okay.
So, even if you get the kill, I personally don't care. I would never tell you to do that. Like, if you were on my team, I would get pissed. Because it just doesn't make any sense. It's like you're flipping such a coin, and you're allowing chance to meet opportunity.
Okay.
Okay. Oop, oop. Alright, let me go through this really slow. What's Gragas' fault so far? Charmer Cho'Gath doesn't even do anything. He's CC by himself. Like such a terrible champion. He's such a bad champ. No, I'm kidding. No, when he's behind like this and he doesn't have any items and he's essentially useless, he basically is CCing himself. Like, you don't need to blow a charm on him. Like, fuck. All right, so Gragas made the first mistake, but then you follow up the mistake by charming Cho'Gath. Now, if you're further back, like say like you're over here, right? When Cho'Gath got knocked in or something and you charm him, it's a little bit different because it's a way for you to tag him. Do you know what I mean? Without, like, your charm will be up, basically, by the next time you would be able to use it after a proper dance is initiated. But then you just get blown up because you don't have the charm, your spirit rush is on, like, Yasuo was on, he didn't have ult, you didn't have ult, you don't have summoners, like, or you don't have total summoners, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, when you get them off Drake, look at what was happening at top. Malphite was gonna just keep shoving. Okay? So they're on a clock. And if you ever watched any of the Saw movies, okay, you know how shitty a fucking clock feels like, like...
Yeah.
So, like, Jigsaw wants to play a little fucking game, and the game is that they have to get Drake and win a fight. And if they don't, Malphite just keeps pushing, okay? So, like, when they're on a clock like that, just let the clock go. Don't, like, try to force the... You know what I mean? Like, don't... Yeah, okay?
Okay.
Alright, great. And that'll apply to every situation. It does not matter about your Ahri. Or, you could be Ori, you could be Poppy mid. Doesn't matter who you are. Like, the thing's always going to be the same.
Sorry about my background noises.
No, I can't hear them. Oh, you mean right now on Skype?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Alright. Malphite has, like, the weirdest build known to man. It's okay. That's good. That was a great cue.
At least something.
Yeah, there you go. No, why are you trying to fight a Cho'Gath that has all MR and HP? Like...
Yeah.
Oh, he missed. See, now that's why I say don't use flash unless you get an objective, like... But okay. Joe, no flash, lol. You're an asshole. No, I'm kidding. Fuck. Alright. In this particular instance, like, you guys have such a gigantic lead. Now, on paper, okay, it doesn't seem... Now, this is what I go back to about, like, the on-paper stuff. So, it's 16-14, okay? And they're up Drake. But the fact of the matter is that you guys are actually still monstrously far ahead. Do you know what I mean? Does that... So,
Towers.
like, right, you're up towers, you're obviously up CS, like, you're up assists. Not that assists always mean stuff, but they can when it's continuous, like, there's gonna be a difference if a team has 22 kills, and, like, one guy is 7-0-1, and then you have another guy that's, like, 8-0-2, and then you have one guy that's, like, 0-0-5, and, like, you just keep doing that. And then there's one team that they have, like, 20 kills, and all of their people are, like, 6-0-7, 6-0-8, 8-0-9, like, that's a very big difference in terms of gold. Even though, like, on paper they look the same, they're nowhere near the same. And almost all of your kills these games, like, not just for you, but your bot lane, your jungler, etc., there was assists, like, involved. There was almost no, like, solo kills, like, legit going down, right? So your global gold is also different from what it normally would be. So even though it's 16-14, you have to know that also you've had control over their side jungle, which means that their jungler falls behind on jungle stacks and then jungle jungle minions and whatever, right? That his item would give him conservation stat. I believe that's what they're called. I don't know. So you have to factor that in. Then you have to, hit tab. You see your jungler's item. You check how much gold he's reclaimed through it, and then you check their jungler's item. Maybe there's a discrepancy by 600 gold. That's stuff that's like not calculated in by people. So now that you've reached this point where you have DFG, you have Sorkpen, you have Dorons, and you guys are, sealing the deal, how are you going to build against a Cat, Vayne, Lee Sin, Cho'Gath, etc. Sona, right? Sona's their last, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to be your next item? Now, I don't know what you get as your next item, but what should be your next item?
A bit of magic resistance, I think.
Well, you would just build defense completely. It doesn't matter what kind of a defense because they have spread out damage, right? Like, now obviously you can try to prioritize like who's more. Obviously, if Katarina is 14 kills, you know what I mean, and Vayne only has like 1, yeah, you're gonna want to prioritize magic resist. But depending on how their gold is spread out, and then whatever else is remaining. You can calculate like what would be better. Is it better to get Zanya's? Is it better to get Abyssal Scepter? Maybe you could even do something really fucking weird and get Guardian Angel. But don't laugh. That's actually real. Like Guardian Angel Rush, like first or second item. That's actually real. I'll like talk about that with you later. But I think I mentioned that actually in my previous Ahri video. Guardian Angel Rush is something that's really really powerful.
But it's powerful on champs like Irelia, but not Ahri.
Well, no, it's powerful in certain situations. It doesn't matter who the champion is. Obviously, on some champions, it is more beneficial just because it fits with them. Like, yeah, Aurelia and Jax, you know what I mean? But that's partially because of their champion dynamics. But when I'm talking about specifically itemization, it's different. Like, Guardian Angel Rush is something that we don't see it almost ever, but I think it'll become trending, like, soon.
Okay.
Just because of how the meta is evolving, but then also because of how other stuff is going on.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Ah, God, please don't let me misclick. Okay. Still, you're taking forever to read, like, the rotations.
Yeah.
God. The rotations. Oncologist and Soul. No. Like, alright. Okay, you Spirit Rush away. No, they're not gonna catch. Oh, wait. Oh, Vayne. Vayne, nice champ.
Yeah.
Okay. At that point, as weird as it sounds, I know it doesn't apply to the situation, but say you had like 3 teammates that you almost could have gotten back to. It would just be proper to try to hit Vayne with an auto attack or a DFG. Do you know what I mean? So in hopes that if she doesn't leave combat, maybe after like a minute or something, you can accumulate an assist. But like, it's really, it's just something though. Food for thought is all. Can you stop taxing? Taxing? Huh?
I was talking to
Gragas.
He was showing up in lane and just taking stuff.
When? Right here? Like on the screen? Would I just... like him smiting?
No, a few moments before. When I was in lane still.
Okay, but... the lane phase is well passed over.
I was just pissed because he did it sometimes in the laning phase, so yeah.
Okay. Ow. That hurts, obviously. Yeah, you really need MR. That's, so Katarina's playing in low ping, I think. Because those reactions were, pretty quick. Maybe not. But anyways, yeah, you need MR. So your next item shouldn't be Zonya's. And also, I've said this, maybe I haven't said it to you. If your champion does not have two ability power ratios that are almost near 100%, so like 80%, 90%, etc. Alright, and or your damage is periodic, which is basically like cooldown based, or it's like it's not burst. Like, yeah, Ahri's burst, but she's not like until she gets enough items, you know, to 100-0 a champion, she doesn't need the AP punch. You know, like the DFG, yeah, it comes in handy, but like Katarina's lethal bar is not 100%. It's like 65 or like 70%. Okay, so in this instance, it's better to get Seeker's Arm Guard, okay, and Blue Elixir.
Okay.
Because then you almost get the same ability power ratio, but you also get the 10% CDR and you get the chain vest.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. What?
I was just laughing about the stone chasing children.
Oh. My phone said it's hungry. What? It says bagel paw. It says it's hungry.
Okay.
Making fun of my phone. Okay.
Nah, it sounded cute.
Yeah. Oh, the charm! But you didn't even need it. You just had to, like, W.
Yeah. Good thing.
It's okay.
I keep missing those.
There you go, you hit it, though! Yeah.
One of the rare occasions.
You hit the parked car. Oh my god, that burst! Holy shit.
Another one. GG.
Right. Okay. No! You're like the person in the horror movies that like barely escapes the serial killer, and then you're like, but hold on, my friend's still in there, like.
True that.
But hold on. Oh my god. Jeez. Alright. You really need to swap out your trinket. You need to get red trinket sooner. Vision denial it's greater, you know, to keep people in the dark. Alright?
Okay.
Ugh. Now, oddly, your friend that's going AP Tristana has, like, the dream. Like, they have a soda, a cat, and a vein. Like, it's like heaven for AP Tristana. Now, something that you don't want to walk into as AP Tristana is, like, Galio mid, full MR Malphite top, choke out of jungle with a fucking Banshee's Veil, like... A Leona that for some reason has scaling MR, fucking everything.
I misplayed that.
Yeah.
So odd.
That was, yeah. Okay, hold on, I have to stop. Okay. Jeez, the hesitation! It's like you guys passed each other and like waved like you guys were just strangers, but then you realized who it was, and it's like... What the fuck? It's like
Like
it's
pure
like
shit.
It's like, hey, how are you? She's like, yeah, hey, how are you? And you guys like keep going like your separate ways in the fucking grocery market, and then like you just stop and turn, and you're like, right, all right. So the hesitation. All right, so yeah, you like, God, no, you just had to get away. When she's Zonya's, like it actually is over. If you didn't kill her inside that burst. I mean, you could try to you could try to get to the fog of war, or you could try to get to like around the cliff's edge, and then you can maybe drop a ward and try to be tricky. But like, that doesn't, yeah.
Stone's there.
Yep. No, you're going death cap. What?
Yeah.
You say yeah, so excited, like no.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So, did you hear the gun analogy that I gave in the other video? Okay. All right. So basically, okay, you're a you have a gun in one hand. Okay. So this is your fedness, your lead. Okay. You show up with a handgun, and then if you're gonna walk into a crowd like that doesn't like you, all right, that wants to like hurt you or something and inflict damage. Okay. Or we can just say zombies, alright? We're just gonna say zombies, okay? We're just gonna fucking... What? I watched World War Z yesterday, alright?
Oh, that movie is awesome.
It is, it's great, I love it. I hope the sequel comes out. So anyways, so you have a gun, alright? And Katarina's a zombie, alright? And so is Sona and Vayne and Lee Sin and everyone else, okay? They're all fucking zombies, alright? And they're smart zombies, they're not retarded zombies, okay? And, basically, what you do when you go death cap, or when you rush another damage item, or you don't build defensive when going into the mid game with the lead, is you basically you get another handgun, and then you become that asshole in the movie that yeah he's really cool and he shoots a lot of shit and he's like really badass, but then he always ends up fucking dying because that one zombie that just like he's like celebrating like shooting like 5 things and he like turns to his friend, he's like, did you see that? And there's that zombie that comes out of the fucking nowhere and just bites him, and he's like, huh? Like that's basically what happens when you don't get riot gear. Okay, now if you're like, you know, Brad Pitt in that movie, right, where he puts like the magazines on his forearm, right, you know, and like the zombie tries to bite into the magazines and they can't, that's basically Zanya's. Okay. So if you had the magazines, all right, this wouldn't be happening. But instead, you went with the AK-47, which is death cap, and that's why, you know, you're giving them chances to keep killing you. It just so happens that until the Nexus dies, you're like fucking Tom Cruise in The Edge of Tomorrow, and like you just keep waking up, like, you know, like,
My God.
like,
This is getting more funnier and funnier.
so it's like, it's pretty good. Fuck.
If your career as a LOL coach ends, you should become a comedian.
There you go. Only about LOL. Alright. So. Alright. Now you finally have. Yeah, you have red trinket and stuff now. And it's like instances like these where, like, there's no communication going on in the team, and there's not anything that's really being done, right? In terms of like rotational play, whatever. Like before a dragon comes up, ping it. Like make your team aware that Drake's about to come up. Because what do you notice about Katarina? Okay, now Katarina is actually, despite how poorly she was performing earlier on, she's performing better than everyone else in this game on a strict like rotational, but also fighting point. And what I mean by that is like, she's not randomly split pushing a lane. She's not randomly going off half cocked by herself into the jungle. She's not randomly just showing up at odd points on the map, kind of like how Malphite is and like Tristana, and even you are. And I don't mean that like in a bad way. I'm just like, well, I do mean it in a bad way, but I don't mean to like offend you with it.
Yeah, it's okay.
But she's picking all of her fights, and she's like using guerrilla warfare. Do you know what I mean? And it's letting her bring herself back in. So even though it may seem like she's really bad or something, she's actually performing the best out of everyone else in the game. And it's because she's making rotational choices, and she's playing guerrilla warfare, and she's letting everyone else make mistakes, and she's just capitalizing on it. Whereas your entire team, and even you're trying to be really proactive and you're trying to force shit. And like when you force something, it's like sex. If you try to force it, it's not going to be good. Okay? You're going to end up in court and like it may end up following you for the rest of your life. So like I don't know. Like all right. So let's hit go again. Wirecast. Now you were 4-3-1, right? I believe, and now you're 4-7 and yeah. So that's a negative KDA. So basically, okay, that's saying that when you had a lead, you managed to go negative. So it's probably assumed that the way that you got your lead was off the mistakes of the enemy, and not through proper choices that you're making. Do you know what I mean by that? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I guess that could be a little bit weird. Alright. Jeez! I feel like... No, you wouldn't get that analogy, never mind. You'd have to be American. It has to do with the...
Try it though.
No, do you know who Honey Boo Boo is?
No.
Yeah, alright, never mind. So I'm not gonna make it. Okay. Jesus Christ. Fuck! Crocus told her to get back to the kitchen, like... He like threw his beer bottle at the back of her head.
Oh my god.
It doesn't look like a sandwich to me. Oh fuck. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Back to the kitchen. Oh god.
I need to watch your stream more often. It's so fun.
Alright, so...
Oh, shit.
Alright. Alright. Now you guys are showing it. Hey, you're finally getting a defense item. Alright.
Yay.
Alright. Fuck.
About time.
About time. Alright. Now, the armor will not help out against magic damage, as we already know, but...
That's the thing, though.
You live with no HP. Ah, God. Calculated.
When building magic resistance on Ahri, do you suggest Athene's Unholy Grail or...
Athene's is an item that I have a strict belief is only for coordinated 5s teams or specific champions that do need it. There are some that do need it, but it shouldn't be built on like everything. Like when you see Athene's built on Twisted Fate, no. Like that's for like if everyone's a really high level, you know what I mean? Because of the roaming aspect and like the mono region, it becomes extremely crucial and extremely important. It has actually almost nothing to do with its combat stats. It has to do with its passive. It is solely for its passive, Athene's. So when you ask me about getting it on Ahri, it's the same exact thing. Like, no, it would be better to get Morellonomicons, you know, if you're having mana issues or something like that. Because Athene's is, again, it goes back to, it's a specific item for specific situations. If you're going to get magic resist or something to that nature, just get Abyssal Scepter. You know what I mean? Because it helps with all of her damage. You know what I mean? It makes all of your Foxfires individually deal 20 more damage flat or whatever. And it's just an overall good item. 70 AP, 45 magic resist, which is really good.
Okay. But you
And you can also
talk about Athene's being core on a few certain champions. Is Silver one of those? I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Syndra's one of them. And then there's even some that require like multiple mana regeneration items like Zillion You can't just get one. You can't just get Athenes on him. He needs like Athenes and tier. Like, and even then it's like...
Another question is,
Yep.
When I play Syndra against an AD,
Mm-hmm.
Is it better to get Athenes, tier, or Morellonomicon?
When you play Syndra versus... Wait.
Versus an AD mid.
Oh, okay. I thought you said versus Lee for some reason. I'm like, what? Like, that's
No.
specific. Okay. Versus an AD, it would be better to...
So bad.
No. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. It would be better to it depends on who the AD is. But for the most part, if it's not like Yasuo or something, if it's Zed, it's always going to be correct to rush Zanya's. That's just actually the truth. You don't even get Morello and Omicons until like second item or something. But if there's a heavy lack of AP on the enemy team, yes, you do circumvent Athenes. And in certain matchups, like I said, the Zed thing, you're not going to get it almost ever. You're just going to complete with Morello and Omicon. But you'll get Zanya's first. I have...
Morello instead of tier?
Yeah. Oh, well, okay, tier... Okay, so tier... This is just my opinion. This is not a factual statement, okay? My opinion is that against ADs that are extremely reliant on all-in bursts, but not one that can be negated, such as Zed's. Like Zed, you can negate his ultimate with Zanya's, right? But you can't negate... I mean, you can if you time, like, the Zanya's on Yasuo's third win thing, so he can't get his ult on you. Like, yeah, you can Zanya's that, but, like, that's not as beneficial as Zanya'sing, the death mark, right? I have a very firm belief that on burst ADs and ADs that commit to you in a bursty way, like Talon, Yasuo, anything like that, it's extremely important, but also good to get tier for Seraph's Embrace.
Okay.
Because it basically gives you what? It's like 130 ability power, and it gives you a Warmogs almost. Like, well, depending on if you stack other AP, I mean other mana, but kind of gives you a Warmogs, but yeah.
Okay.
So that's yeah. But about these fights now, at this point, like this is where it begins to almost not have precedent, like the coaching, and it's because the fights are so chaotic and disoriented. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's really hard to tell you stuff that is helpful at this specific moment. So it's like, I know we just watched this fight, and it's almost like there's not too much to actually say from it, because it's so disorganized and it's so bizarre, I guess, to say the least, because you look at the lanes, and how did this occur after the opening?
Yeah.
And it's just because of the rotational plays. You have an AP Tristana. Okay, and now you'll complete... Oh my god, wow.
Yeah, that's his own fault.
Yeah, that's his own fault. Right.
He killed Katarina with his ult, totally unnecessary.
Yep. That, no, I wouldn't say that's because of your runes. But, like, you see that instance where they live with almost no HP, like, I don't know, what do they have, like 14 HP or something? There is instances on some AP mid laners, and it would be important to find it out, where runes can actually make or break if your spells do one shot away from minions at particular levels. Like Ziggs, for instance. With a certain runes and mastery set up at level 9, his Q can one-shot the back wave of minions. But he has to have like a specific rune and mastery set up. Yeah. God, do they have Baron? I can't see. Yeah, they do. Yeah, okay, yeah. And the game's over from here?
I'm not sure. No, I don't think so.
I know there's a lot of time left in the YouTube, but I don't understand how they couldn't end off this. Oh, Gragas. Was Yasuo our first pick?
No. It was a normal game.
Okay.
I can't play ranks. When I record something, my
okay.
rate drops so low that
Okay.
can't handle ranks with it.
Is he gonna go for the kill? No, he's just gonna. Okay. That was a little cute. Does he have a Sword of the Occult?
Yeah,
Oh my-
he's really trolling.
Oh my god.
He was just picking that champion to annoy me.
Oh, sounds like a very good. Is he your friend or what?
Yeah. It's kind of an inside joke where they deny me to play my main champion.
Oh, okay.
Always bash on me that my main champion is so bad and shit like that.
Great friends.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it's all fun and games.
Okay, so. God, this is so random. Like a fight breaking out at red. Like.
Weird.
Yeah. Katarina's itemizations are very interesting though. Like you saw, like she fell very far behind. She went like defense, and she just kept making picks and like. It's not that her items are weird or unique, but it's correct the way that she went about them, in the order in which she played them, and then how she played off them. So in some instances, like when you send me the VOD or something, I don't know if you review your own VODs or ones that you don't send me. In some cases, if you actually lose the lane or something, like you lose really hard, or like you crush the enemy laner, but then somehow they come back and they end up carrying for the team, right? Like something weird, and it can be correct to watch and just see what they do. Because just because you lose to them or something and they're in the same elo as you, it doesn't mean that they couldn't be doing something that, you know, you haven't thought of or something. Like, there's been times where, you know, I've smurfed or I've gone on a fucking silver ID or something, and all of a sudden there's this silver player that does something that I don't know, or, you know, if he's cognitively doing it or subconsciously doing it. But, it's like, I look at it and I'm like, oh shit. Like, that's actually, you know, really fucking good or something. Like, it doesn't... MMR is never gonna be attributed to, if a player can know something or not, but obviously, like, I'm saying that about specific isolated situations. I'm not saying that, like, you go to Bronze 1 and get coaching from him, he's gonna, like, tell you all about the game, because he'll tell you that Bronze Zodia is actually the way to victory. And if a Mumu isn't first pick, first ban, like, you're doing it wrong, so... Oh, God. Don't tell me you guys win off that. Like, I swear to God. Ah! Oh, God. Okay.
I'm actually using Smartcast, but on certain champions like Ahri or Syndra, I'm enabling the skill range.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if that's good or if I should switch to full Smartcast even on those champions.
It's always gonna be preference. Like, some people, they don't use Smartcast at all. Some people, they use it on everything. Sometimes it's okay to use Smartcast with range indicator. You know what I mean? But, when I play... when I first got into Smartcasting and I used to play Syndra, this is just my own personal preference, I had everything on Smartcast except W. I don't know why. But, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And then over time, everything Smartcast, but, yeah. Like, very important, crucial things, sometimes they don't need to be Smartcasted. Like, there was a lot of pros that didn't Smartcast Middle East Spears.
Okay.
So...
I find it helpful sometimes to see the range, the exact range.
Mhm.
But champions where it needs to be quick, like Zed or Lee Sin, I don't do that.
I feel like this game is like the embodiment of Dragon Ball. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like your team is like Goku, and like you guys got an early lead because like that's how they have to do it, and then for the rest of the episode you're just getting your fucking ass kicked, and then somehow you like just decide to win, and then you do. It's like every episode of Dragon Ball ever. So
You forgot the part where he's dying and coming back to life again.
yeah, right. Shit. Okay.
This game could actually be solo queue and platinum. It's more or less the same.
Basically. Alright. Oh, nice. That was a nice charm. That was... Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh. You made it out. You lived.
And now I'm dead.
Yeah, okay. Does your team win, though, off it? I mean, you guys are getting towers, right? Yasuo, I see.
I have no idea, actually. I think so.
The back door is real. Okay.
Let's peek at that shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is so brutal.
Do you think that Yasuo is still viable?
Yeah, yes. Yep.
Because I haven't seen him in the EU finals and neither in Korea.
Not a lot of people, like, I'll say this for instance. I was, when I temporarily left SHC, I coached 2 other European teams temporarily. Just like minor instant, you know, to, like, they could just have my opinion on, like, rotational and whatever stuff. And when, the topic of Yasuo was brought up inside Pick and Ban or something, they'd be like, yeah, well, we don't get to play him in solo queue that much because he's banned so often, so we don't practice him a lot, or something. That was actually the response by a few people, and then also some other Europeans that are like Diamond 1 or something that get coaching, or like, you know what I mean? Where there will be like a mid main or a top main or something, and I'm like, well, is Yasuo a part of your champion pool? And they're like, no, I don't get to play him that often. So that might be the only reason. I'm not saying that it is the reason, but it could be.
Okay.
I don't think it has anything to do with the champion. I mean, Europe also picks Aatrox and thinks Aatrox is a good champion. I mean, that says enough. So, like, I don't...
That hate.
That hate. Okay.
Do you think Zed is viable again?
Do I think what?
If Zed's
Yes,
viable
yes,
again.
yes. Zed is good again.
What about Talon?
Talon is interesting. I don't know enough about him. I never thought Talon was necessarily like bad or terrible. It's just that I thought he was outclassed by other champions. But now with how the meta's shifting, he may become viable again. I'm not totally sure though. I can't tell you safely at this time. So,
Okay. Good.
anything else like to ask or?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah. One last thing. You mentioned the cookie thing on Ahri. Is it better in every situation to get that mastery?
No, it's not better in every situation, but sometimes it's a preference of people to get it.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, that's
all. Okay. All right. I'll follow up with you on Skype. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you then.
Okay. See ya.
Yep. See you. Bye.